YouTube, what is going on? It's the Nail Talk 23. I'm back with another video. Before we get into the video, YouTube, I need you to hit the like, comment, and subscribe. Turn that post notification bell while you at it. Today we got, when a 3-0 boxer challenged Floyd Mayweather in sparring. Let's get straight into it.
It wasn't one fighter I wanted to be like. Some days I wanted to fight like Leonard. Another day I want to fight like Hagler. But then I want to have a style like Tommy Hearns. But then I want to be a killer like Mike Tyson. And then when I took all those different champions, Chavez and Roberto Duran, and all these different champions and all these different guys, I said I'm going to take a little bit from every one of them. So I know when my opponent is asleep, I'm out there at 4 or 5 in the morning, chopping trees, working, to this day. And when I say TBE, it's no disrespect to no legendary champion. Because every fighter that's in this room has to feel that he's the best. If not, you in the wrong sport.
How you supposed to do everything in life? Supposed to feel like you're the best at whatever you
Floyd
do.
Money Mayweather is one of the best boxers of all time. His undefeated record with skills that left dozens of boxers speechless brought him numerous title fights and championships. He was raised with a winner's mentality, and that showed throughout his career. At one point, people would tune in to watch him fight just to see if that man is capable of losing. He wasn't. Boxing on a serious level can't work without a good share of sparring. However, many boxers tend to use those sessions as a time to develop tactics and get in better boxing condition. And of course, Floyd does that too. But the difference, as the winner he is, he doesn't want to lose even when he's preparing for a fight. In his long career, Floyd sparred with absolute killers, boxing champions to up-and-coming young fighters. When it came to those young fighters, he toyed with them. He showed them that there are levels to this, and even though they are boxing on an elite high level, they are still far beneath him. He would not only beat them, but he would also mock them. Strange noises, low hands, no-look punches, you name it, he was doing it. Floyd was proving to those boys that they are not supposed to be in the ring with him. If they had any thoughts on being on his level in the future, he punched those thoughts right out of their heads. One time, that wasn't the case. The year is 2013. Floyd Mayweather is in a training camp, preparing to defend his welterweight world title against Robert Guerrero. His professional boxing record is 43-0, and he is considered by many the best boxer in the world. As the case is for most professional fighters, Floyd had a long sparring session ahead of him. Nothing new and nothing unusual, or so he thought. First, he sparred 2 boxers, making it look easy, just developing his craft while also being dominant, like he always does. He was nearly done for the day, and he just needed to do a couple more rounds to finish his session. This is the part of the story where our main protagonist enters the picture. A 21-year-old with a record of 3 wins and 0 losses that came out of the Olympics just a year ago. So, even though Floyd already sparred 2 killers, he decided he had time to school another promising young fighter. There is no footage of the spar, but the story on its own is famous in the boxing world. Apparently, the 2 fighters went back and forth. That's right, he wasn't being dominant. He wasn't toying with him. It was an even spar. Mayweather quickly realized that his mocking won't work this time. He needed to be on his top level to see this spar through without being embarrassed. That itself is a story for the books, but that's not all. At the end of the spar, Mayweather said to him, "You all right for a bitch." The kid was stunned and asked Floyd to repeat what he said. He repeated it. Floyd was known for his trash talk, but never in a million years could he imagine that a 21-year-old would take that trash talk as a champ and say, "Put your shit back on." Matter of fact, turn off that clock. We going until somebody drop. Of course, being who he is, Floyd put the gear back on, and they sparred for another 8 to 9 minutes, until the champ decided that that was enough for the day. Previous 2 spars and this long, never-ending round got to him. Mayweather was tired. Everybody in the presence was shocked. This usually doesn't happen, especially when Floyd is sparring some kid. However, that wasn't any ordinary 21-year-old. That was Errol Spence Jr., the current welterweight champion of the world. Those 3 wins climbed up to 28 wins and 0 losses, with 22 of those wins being by way of knockout. By many, considered the best pound-for-pound boxer in the world. His aggressive style, combined with out-of-this-world endurance and power, makes him dangerous for anyone that steps into the ring with him. There were multiple people who actually watched the spar, and when asked about it, nobody gave a straight answer. They obeyed boxing's unwritten rule, what happens in the gym stays in the gym. However, if we read between the lines, it's obvious that Errol actually gave a good fight to the unbeatable boxer.
I did see him box Floyd though, and
How
I was
did that
there
go?
when they first sparred.
Can you tell us how that went?
I mean, y'all see where Earl at right now? He world champion. I mean, he did his thing. So
Basically, it was some good sparring. I mean, it wasn't like nobody dominated each other. It was just good sparring, and Earl was young. And being that Earl was young, because usually when Floyd dominates, when he spar with everyone, he dominates them. And when he dominates them, it basically, that's it. But Earl basically,
Earl didn't come to play.
even though it was give and take sparring, Earl said, let's go one more round. And Floyd said no.
I mean, we had like 5 killers that Floyd was working with. And I felt bad because it was like 5 championship fights that Floyd had to fight. I mean, to work back to back to back. But with Earl, it's like that shit was a fight.
Even Mayweather's closest people saw the danger Errol was presenting at the time. Also, both of the fighters spoke on this story multiple times since it happened.
Did you feel like it was a difference just in the skill level of what he's displaying versus what you feel like you got? Did you feel like it was a difference, or you felt like, you know what, I'm on this level, I could compete on this level?
Oh, I definitely, I feel like, I can compete at this level. And I feel like, mentally, nobody better than Floyd. Mentally, I feel like, he never really,
You just
he
had
never
to
get
show
rattled.
Floyd right quick,
And
bro.
I feel
Not
like that's
nobody play
why
with.
he's so great, because he don't get rattled even in any situation.
Yeah.
He come out on top of it. So, but, the skill level, I feel like, it was right there.
Right.
He was giving me, he was giving me good work. Real good work. And he pushed me, made me get myself, he made me get in tip-top condition. And when I got in tip-top condition, I was Floyd Mayweather.
Probably nobody knew at the time what Errol would accomplish later in his career, and it's no wonder the story got famous as it did. Now, though, the story about the spar isn't as surprising as it was back then. Errol Spence Jr. is one of the best welterweights we ever saw. Sadly, we'll never get the chance to witness those two going at it at the highest possible level in front of tens of thousands of fans. That's why people that were lucky enough to be present at the time of the spar should appreciate what they saw for the rest of their lives. On one hand, already an absolute great, a boxer that changed the sport, a defensive genius, a winner. On the other hand, a future great, a destroyer, a relentless killer, a winner. A spar of the old and the new, a spar that everyone talked about for years, even though only a handful of people ever saw it. A spar for the ages.
Damn, I wish I got to see that shit. I should have been front row seats, goddamn, the way they talking about it. But YouTube, if you're rocking with the channel, leave me a like, comment, and subscribe. Catch me on the next.